As we are in to the final 4 games of the Premier League season, there are realistically 2 clubs that could still go down. With Burnley and Wolves already being confirmed relegated to the Championship, 2 clubs remain. West Ham United sitting 17th in the Premier League, just coming off a 3-0 loss at the GTEC Community Stadium against Brentford, and Tottenham Hotspur, who sit in the relegation zone, not being relegated in over 50 years, never since the Premier League formed back in 1992. Tottenham are trying to avoid relegation, playing Aston Villa tonight at Villa Park. Today, I'm going to predict every single rest of their games for the rest of the season to see who will stay up in the Premier League and who will face relegation. Tottenham, West Ham both hate each other, and they're going to hate each other more than ever right now, trying to relegate each other. So if you're going to enjoy this video, it's going to be nice to record. Always remember to smash that subscribe button to the Flippin' channel, and let's get into this one. So due to me being a Tottenham Hotspur fan, we're going to start off with West Ham United. Of course, like I said in the intro, just coming off a 3-0 loss at the GTEC Community Stadium against European fighting Brentford, West Ham are in a lot of trouble. With Tottenham having a game in hand, playing tonight, being 2 points behind West Ham in 18th, West Ham are in deep trouble if Tottenham can get a result at 5th place Aston Villa at Villa Park tonight. West Ham have 3 games remaining. The league leaders Arsenal, struggling Newcastle, and safe Leeds United. So 2 fixtures that they could definitely win, and 1 fixture that's not going to be easy. So let's look at their next one. Match week 36 at the London Stadium, West Ham versus league leaders who are currently 6 points in front of Manchester City, but Manchester City having 2 games in hand. Arsenal, of course, like I just said, fighting for the Premier League title. Not won a single Premier League title in 22 years. If you've not seen my prediction for the title race and the run-in, go and watch that now on the most recent upload on JKX Millie. So Arsenal at home will not be easy, of course, like I said. And I think I said in the Arsenal video that Arsenal will drop points to West Ham. I still believe that. I don't think West Ham will get 3 points because I don't think they've got the quality to beat a team like Arsenal. Arsenal are a very good team right now, you know. Arguably one of the best teams in Europe, and they're backing up being in the semi-finals of the Champions League and are possibly on course for a Champions League final against either Paris Saint-Germain or Bayern Munich, both former Champions League winners. But Arsenal, you know, they're fighting for this Premier League. If they win the Premier League and Champions League double, their authenticity and their history rises so high because of them 2 victories and them 2 trophies. Not having won something in nearly 6 years. In their last FA Cup victory, when Aubameyang scored against Chelsea in the final to win 2-1 when it was COVID. That shows you how long ago it's been since Arsenal were victorious. But it's not about Arsenal, it's about West Ham. So West Ham versus Arsenal, I just see a 2-2 draw written all over this. I think West Ham get a point in the London Stadium. I think they know how much it means to try and stay up in the Premier League, would move them on to 37 points. And if Tottenham, of course, win at Villa Park, this wouldn't even move them out of the relegation zone because of having a minus 19 goal difference compared to Tottenham's minus 10. West Ham can physically not really get a better goal difference than Tottenham Hotspur this season, being a big doubt for West Ham, making them still in that conversation of going down, even being 2 points in front of Spurs. I see a 2-2 draw, moving West Ham onto 37 points with a goal difference of minus 19. Newcastle away. Never an easy fixture. Newcastle coming off a victory against Brighton, of course, on a 5-game losing streak. To finally get 3 points against European battle in Brighton was big. A confident 3-1 win. So going away to Newcastle, never easy. And West Ham not got the best track record there in recent years. Not won there in a couple of years from what I can remember. If West Ham fans, you know better than me, fact check me in the comments. I'd love to hear it, of course. Newcastle away won't be easy. And if Newcastle, you know, if they're safe, they could still push for the Conference League spot. It's so tight down from that 14th place all the way up to 6th place. It is so tight in the rumbling mix for European football. And I just don't see West Ham winning. I see another 3-1 Newcastle win, meaning West Ham stay on 37 points, but now on a goal difference of minus 21 in the Premier League. Newcastle get 3 points against West Ham, having a big 3 points possibly to maybe just confirm their safety in the Premier League, you know. They don't want to get dragged into this relegation battle, but I think they won't. I think it'd be very, very much. And Tottenham and West Ham will need to win all their remaining games, you know, for Newcastle to have any possibility of being dragged into this battle. So I think Newcastle beat West Ham, getting 3 points and putting West Ham in trouble. And Leeds away on the final day, of course. At home, I don't know if Leeds have anything to play for because, of course, it's a big, big game. But I still feel like they'll be up for it, Leeds. And I see a draw at the London Stadium. I know you think, you know, West Ham only lost 2 games out of 10 in the last, 11 or whatever it was. Yeah, I understand, but I feel like this loss at Brentford will really hurt West Ham's confidence, you know. I heard they were absolutely god-awful and just abysmal. So I think Leeds, they've been really good quality the last couple of weeks. Picking points up against Burnley on Friday night. Ellen Road beating them lot 3-1. Leeds, of course, are safe in the Premier League now. They are not realistically going to go down. Let's be honest. Them sitting on 43 points. It would be a miracle for the other teams to send Leeds down somehow. Leeds is safe, and I think now just grind out a draw on the final day to possibly maybe confirm a 13th, maybe even 12th place finish would be an absolute amazing running. Possibly the best running by any Premier League team this season. This would leave West Ham on 38 points with a minus 21 goal difference. Of course, it all relies on Tottenham now. Can Tottenham save themselves? So let's move on to my club, Tottenham Hotspur, who sit 18th right now on 34 points, but have a game in hand over West Ham. So let's talk tonight. Aston Villa away at Villa Park. Of course, Tottenham's record against Aston Villa has not been great in recent history. Villa have dominated them. But I don't think that will happen tonight. I just see a glimpse of hope for Spurs. And I don't know why, I just see a 1-1 draw written over this game. I see a 1-1 draw at Villa Park. Spurs getting a massive point to go 1 point behind West Ham in the relegation run-in. Meaning Spurs go on 35 points, getting a point over West Ham now, making it only a 1 point difference between the two. Of course, Leeds at home. This will be massive for Spurs, With Leeds should be safe. Do I see a Spurs victory? I think it's very, very tough to tell because, like I said, Leeds might draw on the final day of West Ham. They might draw at Spurs. It's so tough to try and understand. I think I got a feeling this will be a draw. I got a feeling I see another 1-1 draw in this. I just don't know if Tottenham can get the victory against Leeds at home. With Leeds at this spark of form, I think Leeds score first and Tottenham save themselves a point to move on to 36 points, but moving out of the relegation zone on goal difference right now. This, of course, West Ham right now are on 30. I don't know. I think West Ham, they're on 38 points, like we said. So Tottenham would not be at the relegation zone yet, of course. It might mean they're on 36 points, meaning they really need 3 points to save themselves. Chelsea away. Now, this is big. Chelsea away, I think it's going to be a loss. I just don't think Tottenham can beat Chelsea away. Of course, they've only beaten Chelsea away twice in the last 35 years, something it is. It's a terrible record. Chelsea is just the definition of Tottenham's bogey team. They've never, ever really been good against Chelsea Spurs. They've always struggled. And I think this will be a loss, meaning Spurs fans will be on the glimmer of hope that they stay up, sitting on 36 points. While West Ham will be sitting on 37, 1 point behind, going into the final day against Everton, who have missed out on European football. It's massive. And Spurs will save themselves. Spurs beat Everton 2-1 on the final day to sit on 39 points while West Ham finish on 38. Spurs stay up by the glimmer of hope, by the thread, like a shoelace, the thread of a shoelace, so tight in this relegation battle. Tottenham save their reputation on the final day, while West Ham drop points to Leeds at home. Spurs beat Everton on the final day, making sure they get 3 points, like West Ham got the 3 points against Everton, of course, funny enough. Spurs saved themselves. They say after this embarrassing season to finish 17th in the Premier League on 39 points, and West Ham are relegated to the Championship for the first time in over 10 years on 38 points, 1 point of Tottenham. And of course, this would mean Tottenham would be sitting on a -8 goal difference, or -9 goal difference, sorry. A -9 goal difference for Spurs. So I didn't predict Chelsea game, by the way. I think it'll be a 2-1 Chelsea win, in my opinion. But, yeah, I think that's how it's going to end. I know I'll always have hope being a Spurs fan. I just don't want to see us go down. But I'm being realistic saying this. I think West Ham's confidence is going to be dented. And I think Spurs, seeing that result yesterday, means they've got to go to Villa tonight having confidence, having to try and win. Because everything's to play for now for Tottenham. And it's going to be massive. But what do you lot think? Will Spurs stay up? Or will they face the harsh reality of going to the Championship? Will West Ham stay up? Or will it be their first relegation in over 10 years to possibly meet Millwall in the Championship? Or if Millwall come to the Premier League, of course, they've got to go through the Championship playoffs. But thank you for watching. It has been nice to record. Always remember to smash that subscribe button to the flipping channel, And I'll see you a lot later. Goodbye, guys.